recruiting center. This is a visual representation of this war. We're calling on people to act in the same way, to put their bodies on the gears and make this war machine stop instead of being the gasoline that fuels it. George Bush doesn't need us to pick up a crucifix. He doesn't need us to pick up a gun. All he needs is for us to keep going about our business and doing what we're doing. And so we're stopping that today. It's a no business as usual day.
And you know, people are saying what you're doing is so un-American, so unpatriotic.
Actually, the majority of the people in America don't like George Bush, and they actually would like an impeachment. The majority of the people in this country do not want a war. They want to see an end to it. And the problem is that people are putting their hopes in leaders who try to seek common ground with fascists and religious fanatics.
These are a replica of the tapes that they destroyed. They destroyed the evidence. That is a total felony. They destroyed evidence. They have lies. They destroy email. They destroy everything. You've got neighbors here that can't do their business.
Well, neighbors not being able to do their business is a little bit more important than preventing another Holocaust. If people cared more about stopping Hitler instead of doing their own business, my family might still be alive today.
Just like Germany in the 40s. Are we going to be good Germans and be quiet, or are we going to take a stand? This is where we draw the line. You may not torture in our name. It does not make us safe. Illegal wars of aggression against defenseless countries. It's not what we stand for. We're not going to have it.
Well, do you think that this office is going to move? They're not going to move.
Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are.
City Council has voted for them to leave already. We're just trying to carry forward the real feelings of the people in Berkeley that don't want to see this in here. This is a symbolic representation of a criminal and illegitimate war, and we're saying that it actually needs to leave and the whole war needs to stop, and this government needs to be driven out.
There is a U.S. lawmaker from South Carolina, I believe, that is calling for Berkeley to lose all federal funding. And there are more suicides than ever in the military. They can't handle what they're being forced to do. They are being forced to do immoral, illegal actions. They must stop doing the immoral, illegal actions. Marines out of Berkeley! Drive out the Bush regime!
This far and no further.
Yeah, it's rolling.
Civil resistance. Human. World can't wait. Drive out the Bush regime.
World can't wait.
This is called civil resistance.
This is non-violent civil resistance.
No business as usual. No business as usual. That's
Get out of my way.
Chained up. People, they are carrying out mass non-violent civil resistance. Mass non-violent civil resistance.
no business as usual.
Okay,
Mass non-violent civil resistance. Mass non-violent civil resistance. Non-violent civil resistance.
People actually have to start taking some hits for this thing and start making some sacrifices if they want big change.
For federal funding, that's school lunch programs, that's transportation dollars, you're saying, okay, we can get by without that.
Why don't you ask the lawmakers
we're
who
talking about not just
passing the
Iraq,
law,
where there's actually been 5 million people displaced and 1 million that have died, but we're talking about a whole program that is moving towards a police state, a fascist police state in this country, and some things have to change.
And what kind of threat is that?
Right, are you...
What kind of threat is that? We supposedly live in a country where we have freedom of speech. Yeah, we have freedom of speech as long as somebody in Washington, D.C. likes what we're saying. The minute they don't like what they're saying, they're going to threaten federal funding withdrawal.
Right, are you suggesting that they should withdraw funding? Why are you putting it that? Why are you putting it in those terms? Who suggested?
This military is being used for immoral purposes and is supporting an immoral war. We mentioned this war on lies. This is totally a war of lies, and the whole administration is a bunch of lies. So we want to stop this war. We want to stop the recruitment of people who are being recruited to torture innocent people. And we know that torture does not work. When Democrats seek common ground with religious fanatics who do not believe in evolution and want to see the church as state, there will be no pendulum swing when Democrats show tolerance for judicial nominees and moral agendas that are targeting the most fundamental rights of women to abortion and birth control.
And the Democratic nominee of 2008 will not speak for us. We can and must, through mass political resistance, create a political situation where this regime is driven from power.
So nobody can go in and out of this office?
We're letting people leave, but we're trying to keep people from going in because we know a lot of people that go in are in support of this war or are at risk of being lied to by these military recruiters.
Are you all for peak or is it a different? World can't wait, drive out the Bush regime. World can't wait, drive out the Bush regime. Okay, now I gotta believe you guys are freedom-loving people. Why do you have more of a right to be here than they do?
Because we believe the U.S. military is getting people to go overseas and do things that are, first of all, really just bad for us, bad for our security, bad for our safety.
The CIA is condoning waterboarding and actually probably directly involved in waterboarding. A totally illegal, immoral action, totally against the Geneva Conventions. And they destroyed the evidence because they know the American public could not handle watching waterboarding. They are not torturing guilty people, they are grabbing innocent people. Torture never gets the evidence.
It's actual drowning. People have died from this. Water's going in your nose and in your mouth. You try to scream and your lungs fill with water. They say that it's enhanced interrogation. That's wrong. It's torture. And it's illegal and it's immoral and we won't stop it anymore. Well, the majority of the people in Iraq do not want us occupying there. The majority of the people in this country do not want this war. They do not like this president and they would like to have impeachment. What do the people actually think of this regime? What do they think about George Bush? People want him out, but the problem is people aren't doing anything about it. It's not enough to write it in your diary, put a bumper sticker on your car. It's time to act on your beliefs and it's time to stand up and to stand with the world can't wait because the world actually cannot wait and we need to drive out this criminal regime and it's gone on too long already. Torture isn't just a war crime. Torture is an abomination and it's a crystallization of everything that this regime stands for. It's disgusting and it's disgusting that people have stood for it for this long. And it's time to stand up and act on our convictions. That's why we're here today. We're calling on people. People of Berkeley and on beyond.
We need to stand up to this administration and tell them no.
Yeah.
We will not live in a torture state.
Is Barack Obama going to save us?
No.
Is Hillary Clinton going to save us?
No.